Hey everyone, so there's been a lot of leaks and rumors and posts and photos and videos going all over the web on Twitter and YouTube primarily about Halo Infinite's Forge. So I wanted to make a dedicated video because a lot of people are asking the question, will Halo Infinite's new Forge mode save Halo? I'm going to dive into some of the things we know about Forge, some of the things that Forge may benefit for the community in Halo Infinite, and my personal opinion on answering that question. Will Halo Infinite Forge save Halo? I think Halo Infinite Forge mode is definitely a welcomed addition. Most of us have very fond memories of playing Forge throughout Halo's life cycle. I think most Halo fans, if you were to ask them, hey, which Halo did you spend the most time tinkering and playing and creating all different types of Forge maps, either that you made or some of your friends had made? And I think most people are going to say either Halo 3 or Halo Reach. I do think those were the golden days of Halo where Forge was really just having a great time, where it seemed like you would always get online with your friends, play some social or ranked, do whatever you were going to do, and before the night was over, you would play a couple of games of Forge made maps. It just seemed like that was something everybody did back in those times. Now, Halo 5 Forge, I've heard some fantastic things from. I never actually messed with that myself. And then I do also believe that Halo 5 Forge is available on PC for like extra detailed tinkering and placement using a mouse and keyboard. Now, the Halo Infinite Forge mode is supposedly set to release in Season 3. However, Season 3 hasn't been announced yet for Halo Infinite. We're still in Season 2 Helljumper, and that season is what is containing the co-op campaign. That is flighting right now, actually, so it looks like Forge is next on the docket after that. To be honest, from the videos I've seen on Twitter and YouTube, Forge looks to be pretty fun with some great behaviors. You can change some of the mechanics in Halo Infinite. For example, there was a video showcasing a vehicle flipping over, and the Spartan is not ejected from the vehicle, or you're not exited from the vehicle. And that was something that happened, in every Halo game. When your vehicle flips over, you are exited from the vehicle. And I think that is a great change of mechanics for racing maps. You can also like snap other items together. So there was some dude flying around in a Banshee with a Scorpion tank kind of attached to it. Or there was another one of some guy driving three mongooses, or mongoosei, I guess, all attached to one another. I guess it's important for me to say I'm not going to showcase any gameplay or videos or screenshots of this leaked footage because that hasn't formally been announced yet. So I don't want to risk a copyright strike here, but I will be posting links in the description of some great resources to find everything I'm talking about. So this begs the question, will Forge mode bring back players in droves and save Halo Infinite? Truthfully, I don't think so, but that's not in such a way that you may kind of interpret it. The reason why is because most players who left Halo Infinite are frustrated with the lack of content that's in the game. Also, with pricing in the storefront, the lack of map diversity, there's a lot of glitches, especially with desync and melee, and so much more. The list kind of goes on and on. None of that has truthfully been fixed yet in Halo Infinite. It seems like each update, they get a little bit step closer to making this an acceptable Halo game, but for right now, I still don't believe Halo Infinite is an acceptable state, and I think a lot of the community agrees with that. Not everybody, of course, there are people who still enjoy and play Infinite on a regular basis, but by and large, I think most people who played Halo Infinite on release are no longer playing it currently. I don't think Forge is going to completely change that. But I do think Forge will certainly add content and definitely create a community that will help kind of carry the positive message of Halo. And this will absolutely bring in new players to try out new maps and creations made by people who are great at Forge. Or maybe people will just spend some time creating some sort of map of their own. There's really no downside to Forge being added into Halo Infinite. I mean, it's one of the most ways to creatively express your love of Halo. And I think you'll end up seeing a short spike in player counts, followed by a decline, just as we see in normal seasons for Halo Infinite. I don't really understand people who either blatantly defend or blatantly attack corporations, either on one side of the fence or the other. Is Halo Infinite the worst Halo game ever? I'm not really so sure. I think it definitely is from a content perspective. Halo Infinite still has less content than Halo 3 did, and Halo 3 is over 15 years old at this point. So I think that is a massive fail for Halo Infinite. Has 343 ruined Halo? I think a lot of the evidence points to yes. Halo has never been such in a downturn that it currently is. There was so much hype for Halo Infinite, and that's seemingly non-existent at this point. But that doesn't exclude 343 from praise when they get things right. I mean, 343 fixed the MCC. Granted, that was kind of their own doing. That MCC didn't work to begin with. But also, Forge mode is going to be great for Halo Infinite. So, yes, absolutely, I think 343 does deserve some praise for the Forge mode. From what we've seen so far in these screenshots and gameplay, it looks to be pretty awesome. And despite it taking almost a year, I'm glad to see Forge make its debut for Halo Infinite. Halo fans really need this, but Halo Infinite still has a really long way to go, in my opinion. It's still in an unacceptable state, but this is an addition that really helps pave the way for an acceptable entry into the Halo series. So I'll pass the question on to you. Do you think Halo Infinite Forge will save Halo? And if you do or do not, whatever the case is, what are you most looking forward to in trying out this new game mode? I'm really excited to try this out. I'll probably download Infinite again, fire it up, and see what Forge mode is all about. That's coming out in Season 3, so we'll find out when that release date is. And when we do, I'll be sure to let you know all here on the channel for Team Respawn. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you, James.